in Canterlot after Nexus has awoken from his sleep. Yesterday, you, Princess Luna, went off at Noctral. You could not believe it. You never go off at them. The race that you took in after they rebelled against their imperialist family. If word was to get out about this, the former emperor imperialism or was it Impure Wish? All you know is that Impure Wish is gone now. And what the Noctral that you questioned about saw was a bipedal creature. She went into a coma afterwards, after getting the information from her. You don't even know how she went into a coma. It's like something wanted her to go into a coma before notifying you. If this bipedal creature is here to do harm to your opponents, you will not allow it. You will kill it with your bare hooves if you need to. But that is not the matter right now. The matter is, you've met one of your spies in Ponyville has located Impure Wish. And you wanted to take him into custody for what he has done to the crown. Walking into the throne room, where your sister was having a chat with a noble. You don't know which noble, but you'd rather not care about them, since they're always trying to get more power than they already have. Sister, we must talk urgent about something. Celestia looks at you, having a smile on, but her eyes are telling you, not right now, Luna. I'm in the middle of something. You just stare right back at her, more intense than she was. But without warning, a letter appeared right in front of her, coming from one of the princesses. You know her as Twilight. You saw Celestia's eyes go wide on what she was seeing. You wanted to know what it had on the letter, but without warning, your sister stood up, looking right back at you. Luna, seems like we're paying a trip to Ponyville. There is no emotion to her voice. If something was this bad, it would need her. Back at the castle of friendship. You're still wandering there's all over this castle. Try and find the pony that raped you in your sleep. How do you know? Well, able to see the past does help you a lot. If you wander right into Impure Wish, you wouldn't mind having a nice talk with him, since you never got a good backstory on him, since only able to see in the past for what was going through a person's mind can only help you so much. And for the pony that raped you, he had white a coat and bat wings. Apparently he's an albino ancestral. But you need to check yourself to make sure that it didn't fertilize you when you're in your female stage. If they did, it means you will have to make sure that Sombra, his body is capable of withstanding Alcorn status magic. Or to you, your godlike magic. What you're saying, you are a god, but just a little bit not so powerful of a god. You opened up one of the doors, seeing Spike posing in the mirror with a towel around him. You got a devious idea. You know how men always whistle, that hot woman. Why don't you do it to Spike? Spike soon startled, jumping in the air, with the towel falling off, looking right at you. You were just smiling so much that you didn't want him to see you. But he did. Can't talk too much, Spike. Gotta go. Closing the door and hearing an angry dragonling yelling out of that door. Almost wanted you to feel bad for him, but you don't. It was his own fault that he didn't lock the door. Looking up at the ceiling of the hallway, you spot that fucking albino ancestral. You didn't have nothing to do. What happened is what happened. You just continue walking. Since you don't want to pick a fight with Ancestral that is skilled with combat. Now you're starting to see why Rick favored Ancestrals instead of ponies. It took you about, let's say, half an hour to find Impure Wish, sitting in a library, talking to Princess Twilight. You just walked in nonchalant, sitting right next to Impure Wish. In twilight, soon realizing that you are awake, you knew that she wanted to ask you a million questions, but you are not in the mood to answer none questions. Knowing that she has already sent a letter to Princess Celestia, meaning you're going to have a deity of the sun at you, which won't hurt you that much, since you have had to deal with many deities of the sun. So, Tinks, how long have I been out? She looks at you dumbfounded. Well, you've been out for nearly 2 hours. Technically, Twilight, I've been out only for one. I spent an hour trying to find little old Impure Wish. You just pat, said Cestral right next to you. It was him cooing at you, petting him on the head, which you have no clue where his helmet went. If Cestrals are like cats, you wonder, are changelings like dogs? You're gonna test that theory somewhere out. But for the real reason I am here is to summon a little old friend and to teach you a spell which will summon guards for you from cross dimensions. Impure Wish, the princesses are coming to Ponyville, and having words of someone that can rally up bat ponies to his cause and have godlike powers is a challenge to someone's power, isn't it? Impure Wish shakes his head at you. This only means that they're gonna come at me. But time to give you Cestral some mass weapons of destruction, which much more better than those flintlocks that my predecessor gave you. At will, you summon the standard bolt-action rifles for the German army during World War II. Was it the K-98? You would need to look at it further. Handing a Luger to Impure Wish, not the Luger that's strapped to your leg right now. That's just dumb. He just fumbles with it. Then you see a black aura goes around his hoof. Alright. You're seeing firsthand nightmare ancestral magic. You can see what Twilight's seeing also. You just grin. She's about to ask Impure Wish how he's doing that without a horn. Well, before he can even do, before she can even do that, Impure Wish pulls the trigger on the Luger, having a flying piece of lead hit a book. Not no ordinary book, but the book that helped Twilight become an alicorn. Irony always comes to bite Twilight somehow. And you're still trying to stop, but another dimension named Nexus from slapping the absolute shit out of Princess Celestia. I shit you not. This other Nexus really hates Princess Celestia so much that he will try to kill her if she ever puts Twilight in a dangerous area ever again. This is not my words. This is his, not mine. Seeing Twilight try to pick up one of the K-98 rifles, you separate her connection to the magic from doing that. Seeing her face freaked out a little bit, you want to let her know. I advise you, Twilight, to never, ever pick up one of those rifles. If I see you pick up one of those rifles, I will cut your throat out and feed it to the dogs. You tried your best German accent. Just make her afraid, since you do install fear in some people. But to show them fear is something else. In the person Impure Wish, I need you to summon every ancestral that are with us right now. Shaking his head, he ends up making a cicada noise. A cicada noise! Those bastard bugs. You remember going camping once with one of your tag-alongs. A little girl. Her name was Amy. Amy Williams. You went camping with her. Damn cicadas kept you up all the night. You want to be a good sport to Amy, showing her that you did not fear nothing. But those goddamn cicadas kept you up all night. You didn't even get an inch of sleep until the morning. But back to what you were doing. While waiting for all the other ancestrals to come, you stood up, needing to take some room to summon these guys, known as your Praetorians, to protect you when Princess Celestia comes, since you did put all of your power, almost all of your powers into this Roman crown that you made. And also you need to summon a general. If any Star Wars fans are watching me right now, you're gonna know who this is. You were gonna say a few words, but knowing that Twilight may try to ask you what there is, you're just gonna say a famous word said by the Templar Knights. Deus Volt Infidel. At those words, you summoned in your bodyguards. 5 of them. Your 5 sentinels. Your praetorians. Your legionnaires. You can go on with different names for them. But they are the baddest of the bad that you ever had to fight next to you. Inferno. Same as Pyro, but he's a male and he does not wear those crazy mechanic goggles. And his hair is almost always on fire for some reason. And Star! Well, he just explained himself for him. Cody. From the 212th Attack Battalion. You always forget his name. But having a bullet nearly hit your head jogs your memory. Vault Dweller. Coming from the Fallout franchise is Vault Dweller. There is no actual name for the person, and that comes from Vault 101. So you just refer to him as Vault Dweller. Last but not least, if you can still remember his name. Oh yeah. Templar. Not that Templar. His name is just Templar. He's not part of the Temple. Those holy people that tried to spread Christianity and protect Jerusalem, which they failed horribly at. Not wanting to say anything, but they did their best even holding that kingdom. Now you just need to fix you know who. The person that said Star. Oh yeah, you remember his name. Nemesis. You need to give him gloves so he doesn't spread the T-virus. You don't want a Resident Evil series going on in Equestria. Wait, they made a fanfic about that. Too bad they cancel it. Alright, Nemesis. We need to get you suited up. So you don't spread that T-virus. I'm not dealing with that shit already. Star? And your voice too. Oh yeah, Cody. Prepare to train those Cestrals like you never trained any clone before. And also, General Grievous may be by any time. I bloody hate you all. Same to you.